My name is Marcel de Vries. I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Experian in the Netherlands. Welcome to my course, Continuous Delivery in DevOps with Azure DevOps, the big picture. To support teams to move towards continuous delivery in DevOps, you need a tool suite to ensure that you can deliver software in a reliable, automated, secure, and compliant way. This tool suite is provided by Microsoft and is called Azure DevOps. This course will give you an overview how to use the Azure DevOps tools to implement continuous delivery in DevOps. We will first start with the Azure DevOps boards, where I will show you how this supports the team in their agile way of work. We will look at things like work items, product backlogs, sprint backlogs, and how to visualize your team's work on a variety of boards. Next, we will look at Azure DevOps repos, and then specifically at Git repos. We will look at how you can track the history of your commits and how you can guard your branches with branch policies and pull requests to guard the master branch from commits without a review and build verification. After we have looked at the repos, we will then move to Azure DevOps pipelines. Pipelines provide a way to build and deploy your software. We will look at creating and running builds, CI builds for pull requests, and of course, how you can automatically trigger builds and releases the moment you commit something to your version control repository. When producing quality software, you need tools for test automation and the tracking of manual test activities. With Azure DevOps Test Plans, you can track all test efforts as evidence to regulatory bodies, so you can prove that you tested critical parts of your software. We conclude the course with the use of Azure DevOps artifacts, and we'll look at how we can control the packages that are consumed from outside your organizational boundaries, like for example, node packages or NuGet packages. After taking this course, you have a clear overview of what Azure DevOps tools can do for you and how you can implement continuous delivery and DevOps in your organization with the help of these tools. I hope you join me and take the course Continuous Delivery and DevOps with Azure DevOps, the big picture at Pluralsight. Hi, and welcome to the Pluralsight course, Continuous Delivery and DevOps with Azure DevOps, the big picture. In this course, I will give you an overview on what the Azure DevOps toolset can do for you when implementing continuous delivery and DevOps. I will show you the various parts of the toolset, like the dashboards, the boards, the repositories, the build and release pipelines, the artifact store, and the test plans that are available. I will go through each of the individual parts that are available as a separate offering. I will also show you how all the products work together and can deliver a seamless experience that enables you to build a DevOps and continuous delivery strategy in your organization that is secure and compliant by default. My name is Marcel de Vries, and I will be the instructor for this course. When you still have questions unanswered after taking this course, please reach out to me on Twitter or the discussion forum of this course, and I will respond as soon as possible. Let me start by giving you an idea on what we will teach you in this course. We will start with the why and the what. This means we'll have a short look at some definitions and the way of working in both traditional IT software delivery, as well into continuous delivery and DevOps. Next, we will have a look at the how, and this is where we'll go into Azure DevOps step by step. We will start with Azure DevOps boards that will help you organize the delivery of your software product. Then we will have a look at Azure repos. Repos are a vital part of the solution since you need to store your software in a version control system. Azure DevOps provides you with two ways of version control. One is a centralized source control system called Team Foundation Server Version Control, and the second system is called Git. In this course, I will show you how you can use them both, and especially how Git integrates very nicely with the previously described boards to track your changes and provide a way to create a compliant software delivery strategy. Next, we'll look at the pipelines. Pipelines are used for both building the software as well as releasing the software. So in this part, we'll start at looking at the DevOps build pipelines, and then we'll look at the release pipelines. The pipeline integrates with all kinds of different source control systems, under which the popular ones like GitHub, Git, SVN, and Team Foundation Server Version Control. After we look at the pipelines, we'll go into the Azure DevOps task plans. Task plans offer you a way to organize and structure your test strategy. We will conclude this course by looking at Azure DevOps artifacts. In the course, I will show you the individual capabilities of each part of Azure DevOps. To show you the full power of the product, I will also show you how the various parts seamlessly integrate with each other to provide you an end-to-end solution that can really boost the speed of delivery of your team. Since Microsoft takes care of all the integration, you have your hands free on focusing on the delivery of your software product for the customer. By the end of the course, you should have a good overview of what Azure DevOps has to offer for you and any developer that targets any platform. For more details on various products, you can take the separate courses that I built that go in much more detail in each and every product. Let me start with the why behind Azure DevOps. Why would I need a product that has so many different parts for delivering our software? Can't we just keep it simple? Well, actually, Microsoft created a product suite for us to help us navigate the new normal in software delivery called DevOps. You might have noticed that in our industry, many organizations are moving towards an agile way of working. This means that the waterfall approach that we have embraced the past decades is now fading away. We are in a major paradigm shift, and we're moving away from an engineering way of thinking about software delivery towards a manufacturing approach. This means we are now looking at concepts that are used in manufacturing mass goods, like, for example, cars. In fact, a lot of the techniques that we embrace come from lean manufacturing principles developed by the car industry, which was led by Toyota. Things like Scrum, Kanban, and the end-on code, etc., all are concepts that have been translated into software delivery. We can either use a set of independent tools for your Agile Scrum board or Lean Kanban board with, for example, Jira or Trello. You can use a build tool like Jenkins, TeamCity, Bamboo, and you can find many different tools for release management, like, for example, ZBL Labs, Excel Deploy, Jenkins, Octopus Deploy, etc. But with Azure DevOps, you have a tool suite that can be used for all these things and have one secure, fully traceable, and easy-to-use toolset that you do not have to host or maintain yourself. If you compare the traditional way we did software delivery to the modern approach, we see a big difference. Traditional IT organizations approach software delivery as a project, and in modern IT, we look at it from a development perspective. This means we moved from waterfall to an agile way of work. Modern IT organizations have implemented agile as the way of delivering software to the business. I can also state that I most often see that they use Scrum as the agile way of work. In traditional IT organizations, you also see a strict separation of responsibilities, often even split into different organizational units. Especially when it comes to delivering software as a value stream, where everyone needs to collaborate to get things done, you see that this is one of the biggest hurdles to take before you become successful. Modern IT organizations organize around value streams and create dedicated teams to deliver those streams. All people in those groups are empowered to make decisions how we build the software as long as they deliver the required features on time. In traditional organizations, you see a very strict separation between the business and IT. You can think of this as more of a demand-supply organization. The business asks and IT delivers. Often not on time and against very high cost, but it's more or less the model. In modern IT organizations, we understand that the business is IT, meaning that they would be nowhere if it wasn't for the IT infrastructure and operations. So here you see we have mixed teams that have all the disciplines as one delivery team, making the team responsible for success and everybody helping to make everything automated. Even on the requirements part, we use techniques like acceptance-driven testing to make the specifications so clear that they can be tested by automated tools. In traditional organizations, we see we have fixed delivery cycles of about 3 to 6 months. In modern IT, we do not wait for the cycle to be done. We just release any moment we want, since there's nothing more than pushing a button and be done. And finally, a very important difference is that traditional IT organizations reason that IT is a cost center, and therefore run a budget and a cost-driven operation, trying to squeeze the best bang of the bucket, and also often outsourcing a lot of the work as fixed-price requests. In modern IT, we understand that if IT is the business, then we need to ensure